if there's one final principle that you can give to someone on the other side now to deal with anxiety, fear, and to transform these negative thoughts and patterns that's probably ruining their lives, and they are at this point exhausted and tired of it and want to get rid of it, what would be that principle or that final advice?
Is to actually say it out loud, write it down, whatever that stress is, and start thinking, how could it potentially go right? So this is just like I look at it as a free choice that why wouldn't you make this? We can anticipate that everything's going to go wrong. And
Right.
trust me, sometimes things will fail and sometimes things will go wrong. So I'm not saying that just by thinking positive, you're changing everything. What I am saying is by changing your pattern, I can tell you whenever we've worked on something, say you're working on a puzzle or you're working on anything and there's kind of something missing, a piece missing of whatever's going on. If you stress and you're just trying to, it's literally like that whole round peg in a square hole type thing. Like you're trying to jam it in, it's not going to work when you're into that mode. But so many times when we think we can't figure something out, and there's that phrase, sleep on it. And then the next morning, you start thinking about it in a more logical way. So the way we can trigger that in advance is that we can start saying, what happens if this works out right? We're already stressed about it going wrong. So give the other side of it. How great could this be? But they, for whatever reason, you do own up to it. And you like, I always say, what could go right? I'm like, maybe you have a manager who values initiative and values someone who can take accountability for when they make a mistake. I know I'm a manager and I hire people like I appreciate that. I always say, tell me if you made a mistake and we can fix it together. Don't
Right.
hide the mistake and then I have to answer it later and I have no idea what your rationale was. So if we go with that mindset, like there's so much if we can really just say, how could this go right? And think about the possibilities of that because then your brain can then make the discernment or the intuition call of
Hmm.
I'm stressed about this side, man, I want to fight for this side because I at least have to fight. If we're already defeated and we think the negative is going to happen, we already have one foot out the door. So
Right.
I always say at that point it's almost like what else do you have to lose? You might as well at least try to think positive and see if there's at least something better that you're going to get out of your situation.
Ask yourself, is it even true? And how could you see the positive side of it? What could possibly go right? Not just only what could go wrong, what could actually go right. And even if the last time wasn't great, that does not determine your future. Your decision to change the future start from what you do now, which is staying present, staying calm, and understanding that the negativity is not actually the reality. The reality is a decision you make that moment. So you can choose to be calm.